Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead. Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, break free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the post, 20, 15, Hester 5.
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal team. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. He bounces slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to our YouTube page. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, man. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe. Click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Man, I got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Man, let's check the chat, because the chat is starting to get a little live right now. Lavette Lee checking in early. Happy hump day, y'all. Good morning, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. My man Armando Emeterio. Lara Jr. is in the house because I'm done with the Cubs. Mr. Southside himself, Mr. Southside. See, Pitbull's Mr. Worldwide. Michelle Walls is Mr. Southside. That's what I'm talking about. What up on a hump day and always FGB. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree. My man, Black Diamond's in the house. Top of the morning. Unpopular opinion. Fired Craig Counsell. Interesting. I mean, Craig Counsell's not the one in a slump. That's Kyle Tucker and PCA and Seiya Suzuki. It's not Craig Counsell. But anyway. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will check in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. Man, I'm fired up. We got a great show for you. We got a lot of baseball to talk. Cubs, man, they keep slipping. Man, they might be out of the wild card race, man. They're going through a rough patch right now. What do they need to do? We're going to talk about that today. The White Sox actually, since the All-Star break, have a better record than the Cubs. Unbelievable. If I would have told you that, I couldn't even have said that a month ago. The White Sox are going to have a better record a month after the All-Star break than the Cubs. I couldn't even have said it. You would have laughed at me. I would have laughed at myself. Okay, but here we are. The Cubs are in a massive slump. the White Sox are not a massive slump. They're playing a little better than 500 balls since the All-Star break. All right, nothing to get them to 70 wins, but the Sox still might lose 100 games, but the feel is different. Actually, the product is different. All right. Again, if the Sox lose 100 games, okay, and they go 62 and 100, do you realize that's a 20-game increase? That's almost a 50% increase of what they won last year. And I know in actual numbers wise, that's not impressive. But if you look at the percentages, that's extremely impressive. Granted, we'll still finish last in the division. Okay. But when you start making moves like that, it's not what everyone else sees. That's the thing. You got to be leery. Hey, don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Okay, don't worry about that. You worry about you handling your business, and that's it. And because that's all you can control. And here is a very popular coach speak or cliche: control the controllables. All right, what can you control? Your effort. That's it. And you know what? Truth be told, that's what the Cubs need to focus on right now as well. So we're going to talk about that on the show. And then we got some Bears talk. We got a lot of Bears talk to get into today. I'm really fired up about it. I'm going to go talk about one of the things that I saw in going back and looking at the game. Going back and looking at the game, I want to talk about something that I saw that I thought was really, really important. It was something that we've had issues with here in Chicago, and if this continues, it's going to be a great thing for the organization and Bears fans. All right, so we're going to talk about some other stuff. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. It's Hump Day. Mike. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? It's Hump Day. Woohoo! You see that commercial? I love that commercial. That's a great commercial. The Geico. Levette Lee says, what's up, Shawn? What's up, Levette? Thank you for tuning in, Ma. I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. We got some Sky to talk. The Sky are going to be playing tonight. And so we're going to talk about them a little bit. So we have a really good show. So I'm looking forward to. Levette, you could not be more spot on. FGB, Levette. Yes. FGB. Oh, man. There's a lot going on. A lot going on in Chicago sports. Karma's a son of a gun. And, you sit there and you watch. We're watching the Cubs. We got a lot of flack from you Cub fans. This year, off season this year, especially when you swept us up there. Then you guys run into this buzzsaw called the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, they have the ability, all right, to rectify that, but you got to win at least four games. Otherwise, just start looking at the wild card. Start looking at the wild card. All right. I don't think it's done. And I'm still waiting for this freaking team, this Brewers team, to come back to reality, come back to earth. The Brewers have won 11 straight. This is the only team they've won two. They had 2 10-plus game win streaks this year already. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? All right, they get Andrew Vaughn. He's one of the best players in baseball now. He's up there north of the Cheddar Curtain. He wasn't shit on the south side. But you also got to look at what did they do to him? Well, just by being in Milwaukee, they took a lot of pressure off him. He was the fifth. He was a top 10 pick by the White Sox, okay, a few years ago in the first round. Guy who was just amazing. Was supposed to be a phenomenal hitter. And they got him. Remember, they got him to succeed Jose Abreu at first. There's a good line of first baseman here in Chicago. And that's a lot to live up to. And maybe he put too much pressure on himself. Maybe, I'm sure that's what it was. Because you got Frank Thomas going all the way back to the 90s. You got Frank Thomas. All right, you had Paul Konerko. Then we had Jose Abreu for a while. And then it was Andrew Vaughn's turn to be the next slugging first baseman. Well, it's a lot of pressure to put on someone. And I think he maybe put too much pressure on himself. Goes up to Milwaukee. He doesn't have the pressure of being a stud first baseman. He doesn't have that. So he can go and play free. And all of us who played sports know when you're able to play free and there's not a lot of expectations, it's easier to play. Now, some people can handle the pressure. Some people can handle the spotlight, the media, all the things that come with a lot of high expectations. Some people can handle that. Other people can't. Doesn't mean they're not a good player. It just means that that's something that they most likely would rather not have to deal with. And it seems like Andrew Vaughn is not one who likes to deal with that type of pressure. Like I said, he probably put too much pressure on himself to follow in the footsteps of Abreu, Konerko, the Big Hurt, and then probably mess with him. Now up in Milwaukee, he's got nothing. He doesn't have to live up to any expectations. He doesn't have to fill the shoes of anybody. He doesn't have to be the next in a long line of whatever. He can go up there and ball. And Lord have mercy, is he balling. One of the best players in baseball since the trade, since July 7th. The guy is, wow. The guy is everything that we wanted him to be here. And it sucks as Sox fans that we're not able to witness this production. But unfortunately, sometimes it bees like that, Papa. To borrow a phrase from Pachanga in what was the Al Pacino movie with who's Carlito Brigante? Oh, I can't think of it now. Son of a biscuit. Anyway, it was the Carlito's Way. Thank you, King Book of World. Carlito's Way. Yes. Pachanga, Luis Guzman, the chunky Puerto Rican guy. He's always in all the Spanish movies. he played Pachanga. His name's Luis Guzman, but his character was Pachanga. And he's like, sometimes it beats like that, Papa. And unfortunately for the Cubs, you are in a division with the Brewers. All of your people are struggling. All of them. Kyle Tucker, PCA, Seiya Suzuki, Ian Happ. All of them are struggling at the same time. Junior's like, oh, he's Gomez Adams in Wednesday. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And King Book of World says, you know me, Papa. I'll take the streets to end of these motherfuckers. Oh man. I think he's a great actor. I love him. He seems like he'd be so cool to hang out with. You know what I mean? He'd be like pretty fun to hang out with. But anyway, the Cubs are just it's a perfect storm of bad for the Cubs. Everybody's slumping. Milwaukee can't lose a freaking game to save their life. Like, how do you? Like, to me, that's incredible. They've won 11 straight. Seattle's the next one with the next highest consecutive win streak, and they're at 8. And they're 8 games behind. They have 8 less wins than the Brewers. This is their second minimum 10-game win streak of the season. It's crazy. And yesterday, they did it against Paul Skeens. It wasn't some buster. Paul Skeens is one of the best in the game. I mean, he's a National League Cy Young Award frontrunner at this point. And the Brewers, what they did to that dude yesterday, it's crazy. 2 touchdown win, 14-0. You realize they're 26-4 in their last 30 games. 26-4. That's impressive. That's impressive. So, what percentage is that? I'm gonna find out, because that's insane. Jesus Christ, it's 87%. 87% win percentage. That's insane in the last 30 games. King Book of World says they all in that Belko. I would agree with you, bro, if they're winning all their games by home runs. If they're winning all their games by home runs, I would say, yeah, let's look into that. If they're winning every way possible, all right, they play smart baseball. Get them on, get them over, get them in. I think Bruce Levine was talking this morning. He said they're hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position. Dude, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, that's insane. You get guys in scoring position, they knock them in. So I get it, Cub fans. It's frustrating because you're going up against just like a machine right now. They just won't lose. So even if you win a series, in this 11-game win streak, say they win today 12. In this 12-game win streak, if you won, so that's 4 series, all right, 4 3-game series. If they win today and they have 12 in a row, if you win the series 4 series in a row, 2-1, which is what I talk about. Remember, I talk about just win the series, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and it adds up quickly. 10-5, 20-10, 30-15, 40-20, 60-30. It adds up quickly. You would have lost 4 games. You would have lost 4 games in the standings. If you won 4 series in a row, 2-1 in this stretch, you would have lost 4 games in the standings. That's how crazy this shit is. And it's their second double-digit win streak. That's what's so crazy. And they don't have any superstars. King Booker World's put it best. He says, hey, he goes, fundamentals executed at 100%. They do not shoot themselves in the foot ever. Ever. They get on base. They may steal bases. They move runners over. They drive them in. And you see a lot of teams falling for the hype. So here's what happens. All of us who've played sports, you know, when you hear a good team, there's always a good team like, oh my God, whatever level. You see a team and they're a juggernaut. You go watch them play, they're a juggernaut. Damn. When teams play them, teams will make mistakes because they're so worried about not making mistakes against those really good teams. This is what's happening to the Brewers. They're getting every team they play, those teams are making mistakes because they're realizing we can't make mistakes against the Brewers, and they're making mistakes. I was fortunate enough to play the last team I played on, the Thunder. We were that team. We were that team that people watched. We had a 55-game win streak in the conference. And teams would try and do something different because they couldn't beat us. So they would try and do something out of the norm. And they'd end up making mistakes, and we'd capitalize. This is what's happening with the Cubs and the Brewers. King Booker World says, damn Cubs actually feel a little bad, like a blade of grass under a microscope bad. Sean Wallace says Cubs have more talent than the Brewers. So the Brewers winning with strong fundamentals. And this is why I stress that. And you can call me old fuddy-duddy, call me Unk, you can call me old school, you can call me get off my lawn Shawn, you call it whatever you want. But there is a formula to winning. Either you have the most talent, and all that talent produces, because the Cubs have more talent, probably have the most talent in the division. They're up there with the most talent in the National League. They're just not performing. Or you play flawlessly. You play 100% error-free ball. And that's what it seems like. That's exactly what it seems like the Brewers are doing. Everything's going their way. I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for it can't go like this for the last 40-plus games. It just can't. They can't continue to win 10-plus games, lose a game or two, 10-plus games, lose a game or two. It just can't. I don't see it. I mean, it can, but I find it hard to believe that they can do that. Because the ball has to bounce your way. To go on 2 10-game win streaks, you have to have some luck. The ball has to bounce your way sometimes. Because you're not going to be dominant every game. It's just the law of averages. And this is what the Cubs have to deal with. Talent will get you there. Effort will push you through. Yeah. You have to be precise in your actions, deliberate in your actions. So, I mean, and you got 5 games against them. I mean, even if you swept them, which you probably won't, even if you swept them, you're still down 2.5 games because you're 7.5 back in the standings right now. All that money, and just the anomaly of it, the fact that all those guys are slumping, all of them, at the same time. Not one guy. The only person who's really hitting is Matt Shaw, rookie, and he can't carry the team. He's the only guy. Black Diamond says, Shawn, that's why counsel should be fired. There's no way they should be 7 games up. It's on the manager to get that talent out. I don't know if I agree with you, Black Diamond. I don't know if I agree with you. I mean, what do you want him to do? When every single guy is slumping. Every single one. Every single one is slumping. Only guy with over an 800 LPS is Matt Shaw. He's the only one of the starters. A rookie. It's called baseball. Baseball will humble you. 162 games. That's why I'm telling you. Wait, when are the Brewers going to slip? When is the ball not going to bounce their way? Hell, even when the White Sox went wire to wire in 05. If you remember, Cleveland was making a run. I think they cut it to a half a game before the White Sox were able to pull away. Are we going to see that? Because if the Brewers start to stumble, the Cubs. This is why the Cubs cannot look at the Brewers. This is what happens. You start looking at if they play before you, or you tend to look at the game. Ah, shit, they won. You go into that game with a defeatist attitude. Don't worry about Milwaukee. Don't worry about what they're doing. You focus on these 27 outs that you have this game. What is necessary to win now, today? And if you start focusing on today, guess what? You don't worry about yesterday. You don't worry about tomorrow. You don't worry about anybody else. You look inward. And you'll start getting some of the breaks. You'll start getting the ball to bounce your way. I know it doesn't look like it can happen ever again, but it happened the whole first half. You were in first place, had the best record in the National League for the majority of the first half of the season. That's not a fluke. What's happening now is a fluke where everybody can't hit. Everybody can't hit. That's a fluke. That is a fluke. Kyle Tucker, Dansby Swanson, Ian Happ, PCA, Seiya Suzuki. All these guys can't hit at the same time? Come on, man. It's like when everything aligned, all the planets aligned for you in 2016, you guys were the best team around. All right, great years by Addison Russell, Bryant, MVP, Rizzo. Arrieta. Everything aligned for you in 2016. Now everything's aligned for you in a bad way in 2025. You still have the talent. You still have the ability. Forgot about Zobrist, yes. Now everything's aligned. Everything's just a perfect storm of bad for you guys right now. It sucks to be a Cub fan. It's great to be a Sox fan because we get to talk shit finally. We get to talk shit because we haven't been able to talk shit to you all year, except for the one game that we won out of 6. We were talking mad shit after that first game. We won 11. I think it was 11-5 that you guys came back, 11-6. We were talking mad shit. That was the only time we got to talk. But it's frustrating, I know. Well, listen, here's what we got. We're going to take a quick break and get the warden off to CrossFit. Then the other side of the break, we are going to hit the top of the morning topic, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brymere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency
Do you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know, though. I'm scared. I mean,
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
When he got hurt. Swing and a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Happ will pick it up. Here's the throw to the plate on a bounce. The tag, and he is out. So Ian Happ collects an assist on his birthday as he cuts down Ty France at the dish, and it stays 1-0.
And France kind of stutter-stepped a couple different times coming off second base, and then they sent them, and Ian threw a nice one-hop throw to the plate and used the turf to his advantage.
Home runs. Swing and a line drive out into center field, base hit. Dansby Swanson will come in to score.
And the Cubs have scored a run on 3 consecutive men reaching base.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. Those are the Northsiders yesterday in a tough game. But let's get it cracking, man. Let's get it crack-a-lacking. You know how you do the first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
First top of the morning topic. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Here we go. Let's start right here. You know what? No, let's start here. Nope. First top of the morning topic, the good guys. The White Sox beat the Detroit Tigers 9-6 yesterday. Let me tell you something. This young man, pitcher they just called up like the day before, Yoendris Gomez. Or Yoendris Gomez. Wow, what a performance. He got the win. He's 2-1 of the season. He went 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 punch-outs. Edgar Caro was 3 for 5 with a homer, his 4th of the season, driving in 3 RBIs, 27, 28, and 29 of the season. Colson Montgomery had 2 RBIs, his 27th and 28th of the year. Andrew Benintendi, 1 for 3 with an RBI, his 45th on the campaign. And Luis Robert La Pantera drove in his 47th run of the season. They tied up the series 1-1 yesterday. And so that brings us to this next top of the morning topic. The White Sox host the rubber match today at Wright Field. First pitch is at 1:10 p.m. this afternoon. You can catch that game on CHSN or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 a.m. The probables for today's game, for Detroit, Keter Montero, he's 4-3 with a 4.66 ERA. Going up against Shane Smith for the good guys, he's 3-7 with a 4.22 ERA. The next top of the morning topic, the Cubs. Yeah. Cubs fall to the Blue Jays north of the border yesterday, 5-1. Javier Assad was reactivated. He got the start and got the loss. Took the collar. He's 0-1 on the season. He went 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 free pass, and 2 punch-outs. Kyle Busch was 1 for 4, driving in the only tally for the Cubs, his 65th of the year. Next, keeping it moving, the next top of the morning topic, the Cubs are at the Blue Jays again tonight. First pitch is at 6:07 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 6:70 a.m. The probables for tonight's game for the Northsiders, Cade Horton is on a bump. He's 6-3 with a 3.18 ERA, going up against Kevin Gausman for the Jays. He's 8-8 with a 3.85 ERA. So you really got to come ready to play today. And the thing that the Cubs need to do, they need to put themselves and not get in panic mode. It's more like hustle, but don't hurry. Like, what do we need to do today to win? What do I need to do at this at bat? What am I? Every person at bat. What do I need to do? King Booker Will says, I'm at war with all Detroit teams. Oh man. Let's check it out. Oh snap! The Planks are checking in. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is Happy Hump Day, Shawn. Chat. Bear down. Bear down at FGB, Plank, FGB. But yeah, the Cubs got just start focusing on yourselves. What are you going to do? If you can continue to start winning series, just win the series. All right, you have to hope, and you just don't even worry about Milwaukee. Just focus on winning series. 2 games to 1, 2 games to 1, 2 games to 1. Take a sweep here or there if you get a chance. Okay? That's the best way to go about it. Don't worry about anybody else. Handle your business. Sometimes teams just get hot. End of story. Nothing more, nothing less, which is what Milwaukee's doing. But when you have a chance to face them, which you will shortly, now you got to go to work. Now you got to show that hot team who's a better team. Make them earn it. Don't give them extra outs. Don't give them extra base runners. Don't give them any extra life. And you got a chance. Moving on to the next top of the morning topic today. The Sun. The girls are playing today. The Sun are at the Connecticut Sky tonight. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on the U. Channel 26, the U. Here, you can catch that locally. So check it out. The girls are they're in a rough spot too. All right. The Sky, they're not having a very, very productive season. They are the Sky are 8-23. 8-23. Will she play? Will Angel Reese play? I'm not sure. The second to last in the WNBA standings. They have the second worst record. It's like our White Sox, second worst record. That is frustrating. But the next top of the morning topic, the Bears. The Bears are back at Hallis Hall today again, and they await the Bills for a joint practice on Friday. The Bills arrive tomorrow. I think they're going to practice tomorrow out back of Hallis Hall, one of the fields at Hallis Hall, and then they'll have a joint practice on Friday, similar to last week when they had a joint practice against the Dolphins. A couple things I want to see there. I want to see the defense continue to dominate like they dominated the hell out of the Dolphins last week during their joint practice. And I want to see them do the same against the Bills. I want to see this offense pick up a little more. I want to see this offense get better. And it's tough. Because this is an offense that was more complex, according to Ben Johnson, than the one he installed in Detroit. And Caleb's having a tough time picking it up. And here's the thing. People are shitting on Caleb everywhere you go. 4-Letter Network, Fox, locally. Support our guy. Support our guy. He's doing something. He's learning a new offense. He's learning a system that's built for him, but extremely complex. And if he has, here's the thing. Don't start bitching at him now, okay, and talk all this shit on Caleb now. And then once he gets the offense and he runs it efficiently and leads his teams to victories, don't jump back on the bandwagon. I know it's difficult. It's easy to jump on the shit train and talk shit about Caleb. But he's our guy right now. He's our QB. All right, support him. But people want clicks. People want this. People want that. I mean, and you know how I feel. You know my sentiments. All right, he's our quarterback. We got to back him 100%, whether you like it or not. You know, and the one thing that I wonder, you know, when they're talking about, well, we're throwing a lot of Caleb. Why do you do that? See how much you can retain. I'm a big opponent of that. I'm a big opponent of that. Add a little bit, boom. Work it a couple days, boom. Next day. Monday, Tuesday. We install Monday, work on a Monday, work on a Tuesday. Boom. Wednesday, install. Or late in practice, install a new thing on the second day. So I just think it's, to me, it's like trying to eat a steak all at once. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. No, we don't have to worry about this next year because he'll have it down. But I think initially, that's what they did with Jaden Daniels up in Washington. Make shit easy for him. What does he do good? Don't throw everything at him and say digest it all. Well, that's you go in there, you work on one thing, you get it down. I should take a day or two. Another thing. And another day or two. You've had all off season, and it's difficult. King Booker World, yes, he said coach had a 12-part install system. What the hell does folks expect? Anybody that played anything that had to go through an install knows you get bombarded with info left and right. Junior's on Fox. Junior said, who's televising the Bears this weekend? Sunday night, Fox, 7 p.m., Fox 32. ESPN 1000 on the radio call. You know, you had OTAs. And here's what I don't get. You know, like, well, it shows how smart a quarterback is. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't show how smart a quarterback is. All right, we all learn at different rates. We all have different styles of learning. And this is what you're doing. You're learning. A coach is a teacher. It's all it is. A coach is a teacher. And as we get ready for school, and CPS teachers just going back to school on this past Monday, 2 days ago, you have to teach the way they learn. Everybody doesn't learn the same way. So you have to give it to them in bites, pieces. You know, like the install. Why wasn't that done in OTAs? So here's my thought. Remember, you had OTAs, you had 3 days 1 week and then 3 days the next week. Okay, week 1 of OTAs, install. So all 3 days. So day 1, you're installing. At the end of day 1, you run it. End of day 2, or all of day 2, you run it. All of day 3, you run it. Or most of day 3, you run it. At the end, you install what you're going to do next week. And then next week, now you hit the ground running, because they're still going to be in the facility, even though they're not practicing. Then next week you go day 1, day 2, all into the second day of it, and day 2 install. At the end of day 2, work on day 3 and install. I mean, you give it to them. So now when you come back in OTAs, you've already had day 1, day 2, and day 3 installs. If you want to continue adding, fine. But you're going to have a good feel for day 1 and day 2 installs, the first 2 installs. That should be your base package. And everything else builds off of that. Oh, man, Mr. Shode, checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? He says, I'm late as hell. Top of the morning to y'all. Well, I read between the lines. Game Book of World. I read between the lines what you're saying about the processing. You know? But then again, this is why I was adamant about my stance. I never backed off it. Never backed off my stance. I just decided to, and I was going to, but I got to cheer on Caleb. He's our guy. He's here. He's our quarterback. And I sound like Lovey. Rex is our quarterback. Caleb's our quarterback. And I think the only thing had to be, it was a financial thing for that. For him being here. All right, to reset the quarterback clock. Now you got 5 years. Minimum 4. I'm not going to go back and talk about the Civil War because, man, it's easy to fall back into that. I wish my man Justin Fields well. He had a good start in week 1. But his kid's learning a new offense. Caleb is learning his 3rd offense in 3 years. His 4th play caller in 3 years. There's a lot to unlearn. King Booker World mentioned it. He says, plus he had to unlearn that bullshit that he got last year. We know how that went. Yeah, he had to unlearn it. And learn some new stuff. He had old habits he had to break. Learn new ones. It's going to take time. Stop being negative Nancy. Negative Nate over here. When he's not performing to the level that you want. Now, he's got to do a good enough job, and he's got to understand it, and I hope Ben Johnson is relaying this, saying, hey, listen, you're not going to get all this shit. So here's what we're going to do, which is why I've said, man, work on the short game. Get the ball to your playmakers. Get the ball to Luther Burden. Get the ball to Roma Dunze. Get the ball to DJ Moore. Get the ball to Cole Kmet. Get the ball to Colston Loveland. Get the ball to DeAndre Swift. Oh, turn around and hand the ball off to him. Turn around and hand the ball off to Kyle Monungai. Turn around on short yardage, hand it to Roshan Johnson. All right? Man. If he does that and gets comfortable with that, by the end of the season, we'll have a much better record than many people think. What did Vegas make it? 7.5 again? Is that the over-under for the Bears this year again? 7.5? But the more you're involved in something, the more familiarity you have with it, the easier it becomes. Which is why I keep saying, I can't wait till 2026. I'm going to enjoy 2025, but I can't wait till 2026. Because we're watching them grow. We are literally watching these guys grow before our eyes as a team. As a team, and watching them grow, which is going to be fun. There are going to be some good times. There are going to be some bad times. But let's not just throw the baby out with the bathwater because we're not happy with it. We're not happy that Caleb's not thrown for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's going to get there. He's going to be in the 300s, 300-yard passing game, 2+ touchdowns soon enough. He'll be there. He's got so many weapons at his disposal. A new offensive line, a new philosophy. Run the damn ball first. King Booker Will said, also, can people stop with the quote, he had a bad year, unquote, bullshit. He had a good rookie year in a shit situation. There was good and bad and lots in between. He needs to work, but he also delivered. He had 3,500 yards last year, people. He had 3,500 yards. 3,500 yards. As a rookie, in a situation where he had one receiver to go to, No, I take that back. Yeah, Keenan Allen. But you had a head coach, you had an offensive coordinator that was fired. You had your head coach that was fired. You had just 2 play callers in the year, and you still threw for 3,500 yards. You got sacked 65 times. Had he had help, had he been told, had he said, hey, listen, I need you to do this. Had he been coached better to get rid of the ball, 1, he wouldn't have been sacked as much. 2, he might have had more yards. So I agree with you. He didn't have a bad year last year at all. He had a great year when you look at the circumstances. When you look at the circumstances, he had a great year. All that he had to deal with, all the crap that he had to deal with is bullshit. He still threw for 3,500 yards. 20 tutties, 6 picks, 7 picks, less than 10 picks. 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, freaking great. Poor coaching at the end of some of the games that King Booker World saying. We could have been a 10-win team last year. We could have. Should have. And all that was not on him. Some, yes. All, hell no. Listen, let's come together and let's root our guy on, because this guy can be very, very special. Very, very special. I'm telling you, all it takes, he's gonna get familiar with the system. How long it takes, that's another story. But once he gets it, watch out. There were these same type of comments and sentiments with Lamar Jackson initially. Remember? He can't read defenses. He can't do this. He can't do that. He can't do this. He can't do that. He's a running back. He should go to wide receiver. Then they changed the offense for him. Put him back in an offense that he was comfortable with from college. Now he's with a 2-time. I'm not saying change the offense to what he ran under Lincoln Riley. All I'm saying is wait until he gets a grasp of this offense. Part of that has to do with Ben Johnson. Don't flood him with information. Get him down, get a couple of concepts down, get those locked in. Or you can do those subconsciously. They're stuck on, like Jim Durham used to say for the Bulls. He's stuck on automatic. So you hear me repeat the same thing. Give me those slants. Give me those curls. Give me those quick outs. Give me those ins. All these things. And it'll help. Get him down. Get him comfortable with those. And then you add more shit. Because what happens is when you feel comfortable with the base, you feel more comfortable. Okay, let me try something new. Because I'm cool with this. I got this. Me and the receivers are on the same page, and we're having success with this. Let's add something else, because the NFL is always changing, always watching. So now, because I've had success with this, now they're going to make an adjustment, so I need to make an adjustment before they make an adjustment. So when their adjustment's made, we already have the adjustments made for their adjustments. And we can still go on to be successful and win. You'll want to learn new things once you get the concepts and get everything down stuck on automatic. You'll want to learn new stuff that adds to your repertoire. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to have more Bears conversation. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody in a work zone is someone somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Keep the head out of it.
On third down and long for Ewers, still looking for his first completion. That ball's loose. It is out. It is the Bears that have it. Power Eccles ends up with it. And it was Austin Booker who made the impact to knock it away from Ewers again. Third and goal. Play clock winding down. It's Keenum. 13-year NFL veteran is going to sling it for the touchdown. It is caught by Hankins, and the Bears have the lead.
Well, I like how he spread the love to a young. He could have ran that in for a touchdown.
He could have ran it in.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those were the Bears, baby, on the lakefront Sunday against the Fins, the Miami Dolphins, in a 24-24 tie. Those clips courtesy of Fox 32. Yeah, I want to talk about some stuff here real quick. I wasn't a big fan of them not playing. They need to play. I understand the thought process. Okay, we had a good practice of with the Dolphins on Friday. Controlled atmosphere. I get it. There's nothing like driving down. I say great practice on Friday, and you're still playing on Sunday. You need as many because you don't. It's controlled. Like you can start over again on Friday. You just redo that. You probably didn't, but you could. In a game, you can't. You screw up, you screw up. You throw a pick, you throw a pick. I think the whole process of getting together like they did, staying at the hotel the night before, driving to the game from there, which is about a 5-minute drive, if that. I just want them to play. And here's something that I didn't like from. You saw they had like 67 plays. Brad Biggs talked about before the game. Caleb, it was DJ Luther, Colson Loveland. He had 5 receivers, and just kind of like huddling up, basically running a 7-on-7, but they were running on air. And here's what Ben Johnson had to say about that.
There is no substitute for real live bullets. I get that. But at the same time, when you can accumulate 70-plus reps in a day, that's pretty good. That goes a long way in terms of where you want to go with the connection with the quarterback and his pass catchers. So I wish I could do that every day with him or every other day with him, to be quite frank with you. So it was a good time to do it. We'll see what next week has in mind in terms of how much we want to play guys and all that. But, we'll assess that with the staff going forward.
Says Ben Johnson. Like, that's strike one, Papa. That's strike one. That's strike one. You can't tell me 75 reps. I understand. But you have game reps in front of you. You have game reps. They started They did that about 8 o'clock in the morning. You had game reps 4 hours later that you missed out on. There's no substitute for football. You have to play football to get better at football. And don't give me the shit about the injury. Don't give me the shit about whatever. Aaron Rodgers didn't sign till 10 minutes before the season starts and blows out his Achilles 3 plays in. If you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt. Period. End of story. You just rebuilt that offensive line. Why are you worried about the offensive line? Don't use those. They have to play this week. They have to. And I'd say a half. Why not play them a quarter last week, a half this week, none next week, go into game. So now you've got real live action. You've got real live game experience with this unit. So give me this nonsense. The 75 reps are good. They're good on air. You're not playing against air. How about you? How about Caleb? How about you say, hey, listen, we'll get 75 reps after practice. Let's stay around for an hour or two after practice, me and these 5 guys, and let's work on it ourselves. I know you can't be with us, coaches, but listen, give me a game plan. Give me a list of what you want me to run. I'll call it and run it. But there's no substitution for game reps. Well, then don't waste game reps. That's simple. Don't waste them by not having your starters play. Don't do it. Get these guys out there. Get them acclimated. There's a lot of issues with with Caleb getting it. You don't think the best way to help him get it is to play? What kind of sense does that make? Let's not just give him a carte blanche. Oh, he's the hottest offensive mind. What he knows? No. Listen, you've never been a head coach before. We all seen shit like this. Guys don't play in the preseason. Then they come out flat. I don't care. If you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt, period. Get these guys in there. So what do you say? Oh, well, he got hurt in the first play of the regular season. Whew, I feel better. It happened in regular season. My God, thank God it wasn't the preseason. What kind of bullshit is that? No. Get him out there. Get him used to playing football. Get him used to the speed. Get him used to the atmosphere, the ambiance, the whole routine, which is why I love the fact that they went down there and spent the night next to McCormick Place. That's where they stay, that hotel with the red line. That's where they stay. The Marriott Marquis, I believe it is. All the cars are parked down there, then they valet them back up, and all the cars are out there in the morning so they can all just drive right down Michigan Avenue to Roosevelt and across. 5-minute drive to the stadium. Strike one, Ben Johnson. Strike one. And I know a lot of people he's the NOBO, he's the Messiah. No, he's not above criticism. Let's keep it a buck. We saw this shit before with Nagy. I don't want to play him. After the season, we'll probably play him again. It works. To get better at football, you got to play football. End of story. So I wasn't happy about that at all. They should play a lot more this week. I haven't heard yet what it's going to be like, but they should. Because this team needs work. Going up against a Buffalo Bills team that has a really good defense, get this youngster some time. Get him some exposure. You know what we got week 1? Brian Flores. Crazy ass blitzing your ass. Brian Flores. And you don't want to get him in front of good defenses? Come on now. Shawn says the problem is Caleb's being protected by the head coach. Stop protecting him. Why are you protecting him? This goes back to, if he's unsure of it, this goes back to not you dumping the whole fucking playbook on his head. So you don't dump the whole thing on his head and say, okay, well, we don't want to play him because he's not really sure. Well, whose job is it to help him? If he's not learning the way you teach, then you better teach the way that he learns. That's the most important guy in this franchise, is that quarterback. And you better change your teaching style to a way that he benefits from, period. So don't say you got to fit in my offense. This offense is built around him. So even though it's built for Caleb, there may be some stuff that Caleb's not comfortable with or may have a tough time getting. Don't work on that stuff then. Work on the stuff that's comfortable to him, that he gets, so he has confidence, so he can move and he'll want to learn new shit that he's not good at. Because here's what great athletes say. I'm good here. I understand this. I can dominate here. Where are my weaknesses? Where can I get better? This is what great athletes do. This is what championship athletes do. Caleb will come to you and say, hey, listen, here's what I had a problem with. Or if you've discussed with Caleb his strengths and weaknesses, he'll come to you and say, hey, listen, let's work on this. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty comfortable with this, and this. Let's work on this because I wasn't as fundamentally sound last year as I need to be. He'll do that. But to dump the whole freaking offense on him and say, learn it, kid? Come on, man. That's stupid. Increments. Coaching is teaching. So they better play. They better play the whole first half. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of questions from the media, sports talk radio, from the fans. You lost the game. You lost a chance. This is the thing you cannot do. You lost a chance for him to get valuable game time reps. I know you had to fucking practice on Friday. I know you did. Build on it. Don't say that's good enough. Yes, it's great. It's great that you had a joint practice, a scrimmage. Love it. Build on it. Build on it. That was frustrating, very frustrating to me if you can't tell. I don't give a shit if it was 2 series. Man, that might be a whole quarter. Who knows? But it should have been a quarter Sunday, a half this week, next week, nothing. All the guys who are fighting for the back end of the roster, here's your game. Here's your game. So, strike one. Coach Johnson, strike one. King Booker Will says, I'm cool. I was cool with them not playing, but I agree with what you're saying. Now, if they don't play this week, I'm going to start by what the fuck looks. I hear you. We're not a well-oiled team or well-oiled machine yet. We're not there yet. We've rebuilt the offensive line. If anything, the reason you play these guys is to get these offensive linemen used to playing next to one another. And we're going to run the shit out of the ball. And Caleb, you're going to run the shit. We're going to run the shit out of the ball, and we're going to have a lot of play action so you can get comfortable with it. A lot of boot action. Fake, turn around. Why is this so hard? Now, if it's coming from up top, I'd be real pissed. If this is a decision they collaboratively made, a collaborative decision, that is a stupid-ass decision. Get this kid some reps. And you don't know what he's going to be good at until a game situation. I know you had the practice. I know you've told us a million freaking times how important the practice was. But it's not a game. It's not a game. You can simulate shit, but it's not a game. And the way you're going to get better is to play games. Period. Because here's what Matt Nagy said. Matt Nagy, Junior, you got me, a negativity. Here's what Ben Johnson said on his offense a couple days ago.
We're inconsistent as a whole on offense. You can talk to any position group. We really need to start playing more as a cohesive unit. We just haven't done that. Everyone's kind of taken their turn of not so good. I talked about that the other day. When that happens, someone else has got to pick us up and get us out of that. And we're frankly not there yet. And that's the beauty of training camp. I think there's probably a lot of teams around this league that are dealing with some of the same growing pains. In that particular unit, I think they're gelling. I think they're coming together. Coach Rochar and Kyle DeVan, I talk about it all the time. They're doing a great job coaching those guys up. They're very demanding. They understand the techniques with which we want to play. It's just a matter of using those all the time.
We're not there yet. It was sloppy. But you don't take advantage of the time, and those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. The Marquee Network took that video and posted it, and I just want to say thanks to them for the use of that video. James Ford checking in. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I saw my man in the house, Rick Gonzalez. What's up, Papa? I saw the FAR when I mentioned Rogers. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. What'd you say? Good to see you yesterday, Shorty, at Shaw Local. Oh, good old days, my friend. Keep your head up. I was talking about yesterday. Seeing where that was your first comment today, Rick. It was up there. Okay. Okay. My man, Junior's first grandchild, Armando Emeterio Lara the fourth, turns 5 tomorrow. That's awesome. Dito, happy birthday, Dito. Are you doing anything? Let me know if Mondo's doing anything for him. All right. But you heard Ben Johnson say right there, we're not there yet. So then why pass up that time? Why pass up those valuable reps? Like the one thing that's the bread and butter. Bread and butter is that run game. Start working on that. Listen, I wouldn't care if you did on Sunday, if you said, listen, Caleb, you're going to throw, we're going to go the whole first quarter. You're going to throw maybe 3 passes. I need this run game down. I need this run game down. Offensive line, this game is an offensive line game. We're going to run the ball. First 4th down, we're going. If it's 4th and 2 or less, we're running it. Now, offensive line knows they go out there and they're in attack mode. The pressure's off Caleb because of the fact that he knows he's not going to be a huge part of this game. He also knows that the linebackers are going to be sucking up because on the first 4th down, they're running it. These are all things you can set up your quarterback, set him up for success. Give him confidence. Come on now, Ben. Come on. Rick says, hola, amigo. Sorry I didn't speak earlier, but when you started the show with the Cubs talk, I zoned the fuck out. Did you hear about the part where I said we finally get to talk shit to them, Cub fans? FGB. Forgot that part. Up to this point, I've loved everything Ben Johnson has done. Up to this point. Can't go back and change this past week. All we can do is focus on Sunday. What are you going to do Sunday night? And Caleb better be out there for the first half. So you're trying to tell me that Caleb's going to have one game in this 3 in preseason? and you expect him to come out on and play well? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. Our one win, that's all we got. Yeah, that's all we got in the series. Yeah, he's talking about the Sox. But I'll tell you what, one of the things I do like about Ben Johnson, when I went back to watch the game, do you remember the field goal? Like Cairo Santos right at the half? Do you remember that? I loved it. I loved it. I'm watching the game like, get out of bounds, get out of bounds, get out of bounds. Romadunze catches it, out of bounds. How much time was left? 1 second. 1 second. Great situational awareness by Caleb. Phenomenal situational awareness by Romadunze for getting out of bounds. Excellent clock management at that particular point. And that's foreign to us as Bears fans. Head coaches with good clock management. So he's got the mic. You know, he's calling the plays. And so I'm sure he said, hey, make sure you tell those wide receivers, get out of bounds. Or throw it to them where they run out of bounds. And I don't remember how many timeouts they had. I should have looked to see if they had any timeouts left. Because if they did, say, hey, you can throw it in the middle of the field. As soon as he goes down, timeout. But good situational awareness by Ben Johnson. Relaying that to Caleb. Relaying that to the wide receivers, Romadunze in particular. That had me smiling. That had me smiling. We've seen far too many times the incompetence of our coaching staffs here at the end of quarter, at the end of halves, the half, and at the end of games. Far too many times. You damn right, King Booker World. Said Bears head coach, clock management, never heard of her. A good clock management, never heard of her. Yeah. This is why I was excited for Ben. And listen, just because I criticize his last move, them of not playing, doesn't mean I don't regret the decision. I don't regret the decision at all of hiring Ben Johnson. But this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like when you have a competent head coach. Now, he hasn't called a regular season game yet, but I'll tell you what, he told us what he was going to do. If he follows through with what he said, we're going to be just fine in the head coaching department. That will not be an advantage for other teams. The head coaching will not be an advantage for other teams. Gonzalez, the Burton said after the game, nobody needed to tell him to get out of bounds. He already knew. So was Burton who caught that out of bounds, or was it Rome? It might have been Burton. I thought it was Rome. I think I said Rome. Was Burton who caught that went out of bounds? But if it was, well, whoever it was, that was passed down. This is what you practice. It's what you go over in practice. Situational football. 2 minutes, we got to get the ball moving. Get out of bounds. If we have a timeout, you can get caught in the middle of the field, go down, jump up, timeout. Slide, jump up, timeout. Burden. It was Burden. Okay. Well, look, now you said it was Burden. So now you got a rookie who understands that. I'm telling you, watch Luther Burden. Watch what kind of year this young man has. He's unbelievably talented. And there's no way on God's green earth they're ever going to double team him. They can't. They can't. They cannot double team. You're not going to double team a rookie when you got a Pro Bowler in DJ Moore and a soon-to-be Pro Bowler in Rome Odunze on the field at the same time. You cannot double team Luther Burden. Can't do it. Oh yeah, by the way, you got a great looking young tight end in Colston Loveland who's running smooth. His route running is smooth as butter. Smooth as butter. Cole Kmet delivered big for us the last couple of years. So Luther Burden is going to have the chance to have a huge year because you got to put your third quarterback on him. That's at best. And this guy, Luther Burden, runs a 4.39. That's what I like. Watch him. Watch for Luther Burden. His ability to that's a mismatch. Now, you got to have some success with it. Success so he gets more confidence. But let me tell you something. What he's doing right now, he's pissed. He's playing with the biggest chip on his shoulder there's ever been. He felt he was a first-round draft pick, had a first-round grade, and fell to the second round. He's pissed. He's pissed. He's motivated. I like the fact that he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. I love it. I disagree, Rick. Rick says, I hate to say it, but Burden and Lovin are going to replace Moore and Kmet in 2 years. Nope. You could be right, but I disagree. Now, if you say 4 years, maybe. But there's no way you don't keep DJ Moore. I mean, plus he's still in a contract. Let me see. How many more? DJ Moore contract. Here we go. It's got 3 years left. Let me see. So DJ is good through 2029. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 5 years left. Then at that age, he'll be unrestricted free. At that age, he'll probably let him go. Yeah. So he's here till 29. So he'll play out his contract, or they may ask him to take a cut because he'll be 32. Still not a bad age. But him, yeah, he'll still be there. Well, Bashan, he is a first-round talent. He just got picked in the second round. And that's what's got him motivated. You're going to keep DJ Moore. You're going to keep Rome Odunze. And I'm telling you, you're going to keep Luther. You got Luther Burden for 4 years. All right. You got DJ Moore for 4 years. Well, 5. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. You keep all these guys. Roma Dunze's got 4 more years left. But here's what we got. I see your point. Rick says salary cap, Shawn. If you can unload them while Burton and Loveland are on rookie deals. That's why I said that. Use that money for another position of need. What do we need? We just rebuilt the offensive line. We got the 3. Darnell Wright we're gonna have to pay him, but the salary cap keeps going up every year. So these guys are slotted. All right. Roma Dunze slotted. DJ Moore, you know what he's gonna get paid? Luther Burton slotted for the next 4 years. Colston Loveland slotted for the next 4 years. Caleb Williams slotted for the next 4 years. You have all that budgeted. You just Jonah Jackson, Dahlman, and Tooney, they're all slotted. We know what what we're paying them, and we're under the cap. The cap goes up every year. So we're gonna have, and what do we need on defense? Austin Booker slotted. Montez Sweat slotted. We know what he's gonna be making. Billings, we know what he's gonna be making. Gervon Dexter's got 2 more years left, or 3 if you want to pick up the out. No, he was a 2nd round pick. 2 years left, I believe. So we got space. As the cap goes up, we know, I know the salaries go up, but we're under the cap still. Shawn's another pass rusher. I hear you. Rick Gonzalez says you want a DN. You want that end. I hear you. So we got to see how good Dayo Odebengo plays and Austin Booker. Now, Austin Booker, you've opened our eyes. Austin Booker's opened our eyes, and now can you compete at another level, Austin Booker? Can you do it against first-round talent on I don't need 1 sack. I need it on a consistent basis. The one thing I love about Austin Booker, his motor. His motor doesn't stop. How many times you see him go downfield, and here he comes. Guys tackled, boom, and he's 2 or 3, he's about a second away. He's 2 or 3 steps away from the play as the play happens. This guy has a great motor. He's got a great motor. So now, remember, he was a project. Most people said he probably should have gone back to college for another year of development. Well, he got his development here. Gets to work with Montez Sweat. Gets to work with Dale. He gets to work with Grady Jarrett. Gets to work with Billings. So we might have our defensive end. We might have the guy opposite of Montez Sweat. We might. So I think we're good as far as salary cap goes. But I see what you're saying. If we need, because we don't need the offensive line. We got our defensive line stacked. Linebackers, DBs. Rick says, I pray to God the Bills play their starter so we can see what Booker really looks like versus the first string. I hope he's the answer. He's still only 22 years old. Yeah, he's young. He's young. He's still got to fill out another 10 or 15 pounds. It's not going to affect his burst. It might actually help it. Get in there. Make some plays. Put some pressure. I don't need sacks. I need to see him disrupting shit. See, people talk about sacks being the end all be all. Sacks are not the end all be all. They're not my favorite defensive stat. And they shouldn't be yours either. Would you rather have a sack where now they keep the ball? Or would you rather have a hurry or a quarterback hit and a quarterback has to throw the ball a half a second too soon? Or the quarterback gets hit as he's throwing the ball pops up, it's a pick. We take it to the house. Which would you rather have? Or fumble, we scoop and score. Or we just scoop. So don't give me sacks are not the most important thing in my book. The most important thing is being disruptive. Are you causing that quarterback trauma? Are you causing him to throw the ball a half second early? Because if you are, you're great in my book. You're great in my book. Because that means with our defense, our DBs, they're going to have a heck of a great chance of picking of a pass breakup or picking that ball off. If you're in the backfield, strip sack. And if you strip them, it's going to be called a sack. I get it. But I want pressure. I want quarterbacks to be uncomfortable. Well, they're always moving. They can't stand in the pocket and pick you apart. Can Booker do that for us? We're going to find out. With Montez Sweat being healthy, allegedly he was hurt all last year. So with him finally being healthy, is he going to be the dominant? Is he going to get 10 sacks? We need double-digit sacks out of him. You got everything you need out of the offensive line. Grady Jarrett, Andrew Billings, Gervon Dexter. Come on, man. Montez Sweat needs to show out this year. Show out big time. And if Austin Booker can put pressure from the other end, come on, man. How many people can you leave in to block for your quarterback? Each one of those guys needs a double team, and you can't double team them. You remember Herb a couple weeks ago said there were a lot of 5-man fronts. So now you got these guys at one-on-one. Imagine that. A 5-man front, you push Dayo Odebengo in and put Booker on the end. So you got a 5-man front. So you got Montez Sweat, Gervon Dexter, Grady Jarrett, Dayo Odebengo, and Austin Booker, 5-on-5. Everyone's one-on-one. That's our NASCAR package. Man, you think quarterbacks have a lot of time to throw? They better not. Booker Will says Booker was moving mugs out the way. He was on a mission. So that's what's got me excited about this defense. I'm anxious to see what this other end can do. Is this going to be Booker? Is it going to be Dayo Odebengo? I know I keep butchering his name. God bless it. I don't want to keep butchering my man's name, so let me get it right. Dayo Odeyingbo. Dayo Odeyingbo. It's Odeyingbo. There it is. I keep saying Odebingo. B-I-N-G-O. I'm moving the B in front of the ing. Odeyingbo. I want to see what this guy can do. Because I'll tell you what. You know what happened? Austin Booker just opened his eyes. He was cheering him on. Trust me. There, you saw him. He was cheering him on, going crazy, like, yeah, boy, yeah. But it also said, oh, shit. This team can cut me in a year or two. Fine, he got all his guaranteed money. But, like, they paid a lot of money for me, and they got. Anyway, okay, well, let me start with your shit. Start shit up. Me say Dayo. They're full boy. Oh man. And he's only 25. So we have if these guys can live up to and just improve, I agree. Mashani's like there's plenty of growth in Austin Booker. Yeah, I hope so. That would be phenomenal. Him and Dayo. Come on, man. And you can move Dayo in. Now you can have a 5-man front. 5-man front, 1 linebacker, 4 DBs. No, Junior, I didn't see that, and I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. One of the other things that I liked was the guy that I told you about, that I told you was going to be good. Kyle Monangai. One of the things I liked about him, he's like a bowling ball. He just doesn't go down on first contact. He's got great contact balance. That 13-yard run was nice. Trust me, when he gets more comfortable with his offensive line, he'll be getting 3-4 yards a pop. And for those of you who are in remedial math, 4 yards and 3 downs is 12 yards. That's a first down. He just doesn't have that break. Here's the thing about Kyle Monangai. He doesn't do anything great. He does everything well. Everything he does well. And that's why he's going to be on the field. Roschon Johnson better get his act together. Come back from injury, but he better get his act together, because you might be able to use Kyle Monangai in short yardage situations. I mean, I'm still giving Roschon the benefit of the doubt because he's bigger, 6'1", I want to say, bigger body. Kyle Monangai has shown he's not afraid to stick it up in there, short yardage situation. But I like the way he's moving. I like the way he's absorbing contact and still moving forward. I love it. He's got to work on his pass pro a little bit. All right, some of these DBs and linebackers are stronger and a little more balanced than the ones you faced in college. So I saw one play he hit a dude, then the dude threw him to the side and got inside position. It's like, come on, man, we can't do that. Always got to maintain strong inside position. It can go around you. But he's going to get better. He's going to get better. And remember, this is a guy who hasn't fumbled in 7 years, all the way back to high school. It's been a couple years. So you tell me you played in the Big Ten? You have back-to-back 1,200-yard seasons in the Big Ten? I know it's Rutgers, but think of who they're playing. They're playing the Michigans. They're playing the Ohio States. They're playing the Michigan States. They're playing the Illinois. They're playing the Northwesterns. They're playing the Indiana. They're playing the Maryland Terrapins. They're playing the Penn States. These are all good teams, good defenses. They get 1,200 yards, that's 100 yards a game, because there's 12 games in college now. That's 100 yards a game. Rick says if Poles wants to make a move before the season starts, it will be for running back or DE. I still think Poles is looking to improve the squad, FGB. Yeah, he's always looking. I'll tell you what, if Kyle Monangai has another good game on Sunday, I don't think he'll be looking. I think he'll be looking more defensive end. I think the running back, the need for running back would drop. And here's the thing is we got the money to do it. But what Poles has done, he's got a good running back room. He's got a good DN room. Okay? He took a swing on Deo Odengbo. So if this guy can, you're paying for, like, I'm paying for you to take a step forward. That's what you're getting paid for. Not in your past, but you're getting paid for you to take a step forward. Go to the next level. And if they can, man, they got two good defensive ends, him and Booker. Said our NASCAR package. Man, I'm still taking Grady Jarrett. So Grady Jarrett would go in for Billings, Dexter, and one of those guys if you're in a 4-man front. If you're in a 5-man front, then both of those guys, Booker and Odengbo. I'm a little concerned about Jalen and what his injury is, and if he'd be ready for week 1. Because if he's ready, how much has he lost? How much is his skill? How much have his skills atrophied? I don't know. We'll see. But the battle for the number 2 spot, I love it. I love it. You know, they're putting pressure on Tyreek Stevenson. He's responding with good practices, good game. He's feeling the heat. He's making the best of it. But what if Jalen's not ready for week 1? What if he can't come back till week 2? Then the battle, then it moves over, and I love it. What's the can't think of the name of the DB, the one who came over with Al Harris. The one who's making a Rick says it is hamstring. No, they haven't said. They just said it was a lower body injury. Now we're using hockey terms. Who's that DB that came with Al Harris? He's following Al Harris from place to place. That's tearing it up in camp right now. Tall, 6'3", 6'4" guy, long, lanky. Can't think of his name. Someone can help me. Nashawn Wright. Thank you, Rick. Yes. Now you got Nashawn Wright and Tyreek Stevenson. Okay. Terrell Smith's in the mix too. I'm good with it. And this is all if Jalen Johnson isn't ready. You've still got Spidey in the slot. Still got Spidey. He ain't going nowhere. I love it. So we're in a good spot, guys. We're in a real good spot defensively. We're in a real good spot offensively. We just got to get more experience offensively. Which, again, leads me to the question, why did you not play your starters in a game where you had a chance to play your starters and get them some reps? I just don't understand it. Get off my lawn, Shawn. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Well, listen, guys, 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank you guys for keeping this chat lit, as always. For just FYI, I'm going to replay this tonight at 6 p.m. Central if you missed anything. Okay, and please do not forget Sports Zone Chicago Bears Watch Party Sunday, September 14th at Branding Iron. I think it's 7026. You can't miss it. It's right outside SeatGeek Stadium, 71st in Harlem. All right, we'll do a pregame, halftime, and a postgame show. Yeah. So it's going to be a phenomenal event. Hopefully, you guys can make it out. Shorty, if you're back in town, I'd love to meet you. King Booker World, hopefully you can make it as well. I know Mondo said he's going to make it. Anyone else? Plank, are you in the area? Come on and make it. Rick Gonzalez, hope you're able to make it. Be able to make it. Watch the Bears whoop some Detroit sucks ass. Sorry, Detroit Lions. All right. Hope you guys can make it. We're going to have some giveaways. I was talking with my guy today. We're going to get some T-shirts, some other cool swag items. We're going to have a raffle throughout the game. So it's going to be dope. Oh, cool. Shorty says, I just might make the watch party. I come in September 13th for a week of work. Dude, come on out, baby. Yeah, it'll be a good time. So, let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one. All right, guys, do yourself a favor. Make plans with your people. I know summertime shy is quickly coming to an end, but it doesn't mean we still can't meet them up for breakfast, for brunch, for lunch, for dinner, happy hour. Still crazy, crazy, crazy deals for all those things. Rooftop patios, right? Set a time, set a time and get it done. All right, meet up with your people. Telling you'll be glad you did. So many times we talk about, oh, we shouldn't let it go this long. We shouldn't let it go this long, but then we never reach out and connect with people. Well, now I'm telling you, reach out and connect with people. They will be extremely happy that you made the effort. All right, folks, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go pick up the warden from CrossFit. You guys have a phenomenal day. Boy, the SuperBack. I am.